the materials required are at least 6 inches of 1-inch PVC pipe, at least 12 inches of 3/4-inch PVC pipe, 2 90-degree elbows of 3/4-inch piping, and 2 45-degree elbows of 3/4-inch pipe fittings, along with 2 flange nuts, 2 washers, and 2 screws, which will attach the handle to the bell. And because we're dealing with mostly PVC, we will be using, you should be using primer, as well as the cement that's required to put this stuff together. And the nuts here, the flange nuts, will be epoxy to the top of the washers inside the handle, and so you'll be required to get some, which I recommend, some Loctite Instant Mix epoxy. So it's pretty quick, nice and easy. Okay, preparatory work. Since these parts will be coming down here, let's get the plastic ready. These here require at least a 10-degree cut difference on the 45-degree elbows, because they're going to be matched to the bell circumference, the diameter. So I have a few here that I've already converted over. As you can see, there's an angle, which is normally 45, but we're going to go 35. And so what I start is I like to start at the edge of the tip here, and then just take off 10 degrees to the back side. Okay, so I'm going to replace those. Okay, now I'm going to cut these up into the pieces that we need. First, we'll start off with the 1-inch PVC. The handle requires a length of PVC here on the outside top of the handle, as well as between the elbows, because of the varying lengths that some PVC pipe fittings will give you. And this is the measurement that I would like for my handles to be, and so this is what I use. And so I'm going to cut these up into 3 pieces. So here's this one piece, and here's the that piece, and yeah, losing pieces. And here's the other piece. Now all along the inside of the handle, which makes it really sturdy, all the way around is this 3/4-inch pipe. As you can tell, we're really putting something together. We're not making anything cheap, anything unsturdy or unsafe. So these lengths of pipe, when I cut this one up, we're going to be on the inside of these here, the elbows. So make sure that your measurements are correct and you get this gap missing. Same thing with here. You get an elbow. So we're going to be removing this now. So the problem with, there's only one problem that you will encounter aside from having to work with cement that is timely based. These 3/4-inch PVC pipes won't fit inside these 1-inch pipes. These are 1 1/16 inch outside diameter. This is 1 inch. So because they won't, which I don't mind, splitting the PVC pipe, or actually cutting it with a saw, hacksaw, coping saw, or some other material, or some other cutting tool, you're able to slip the 1-inch over the 3/4-inch pipe, so that you can start making a strong, sturdy pipe. All this will be glued. Every 3/4-inch pipe will have a primer put onto it, as well as the inside of all the pipe fittings and the 1-inch PVC, and everything should be glued to each other. Even this part that I just put over will be glued. These little things should be glued, and all the little joints. Little messy, but again, you're making a sturdy piece of equipment that is it's going to be throwing around some weight and more than strong enough to handle it. I'm sure that there'll be a lot of disagreement, but I've thrown around my bells for a while, and so having done those parts, these parts in here still require the nut and the washer. So this is how you would start this. In this case, you would start by putting the washer on the inside here. Make sure the washer is at the same angle and and flushes up, doesn't flush up against the line where the pipe normally would, because that's at a different angle, but that at least one part of this bumps up against it, and so you get enough max room for your plug. This is already angled, so your washer should have an easier time to follow it around. If not, grind the washer, get it in there, but don't over grind it to where it's being smaller than the hole. I mean, you want a really nice strong fit on the inside. Alright, so once that's in there, that's dried, that's all glued. The next thing to do is to actually put the flange nut. The flange nut's going to sit on top of the washer on the inside before you close it all up. So this is what you'll be doing: dropping it in there, aligning it, and making sure that it looks like it's going to align through the hole nice and safe, and you'll be able to see it. So I mean, you can look at it like this. Oh yeah, I'm holding it, and then bring it back down, and then epoxy, and this is where the epoxy comes in. You got epoxy on the inside. Don't get on the thread. And so you'll have 2 of those done. Right. So you'll have 2 of them. So you have 2 of them done. And of course, I have a bunch of handles running around because they're so easy. I just putting them together. I mean, just a whole week, and I've done 8. Okay, so now's the time to glue everything together. Like I said, primer. Make sure you prep it, primer it, glue it. This is already primered and glued. Align the top half because you want to feel the smooth side on the inside, especially this one, which is not really much of a problem on the top side. It's just on the bottom side. And this one, see, I got a whole nother handle here. So see, there's one handle. That was easy. And this one here, and this one's ready too. I just gotta glue my inside parts.